Hello, everybody. I didn't really plan on doing this today, but I figured yet another busy vacation day. What a crazy couple weeks to be off. Everyone is fired up on social media, and frankly, it's about time we started taking people to task for jokes and comments they made 10 years ago. I feel like we took too long of a break from that. And it's good that this country is getting back to its roots of nitpicking and calling other people out for things that we ourselves do. But it's fun to criticize others for it, isn't it? Load them up, Justin. Let's hear what the people think about Jamele Hill or any other subject. Feel free to call in. But I figured this is a day that Minute fans would want to talk. And I got to say, I'm usually very critical of Kirk Minahan, but he did a brilliant job today of rallying the troops. And that video is just perfect. Listen, in my heart of hearts, I don't want Jamele Hill canceled. But I think the way Kirk presented that was brilliantly done. What say you, caller?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
Geary. I used to think it was Go For Geary, like the animal, like a groundhog, not Go For Geary. You kind of blew my mind when I saw it spelled out.
Yes, it's wacky.
But, I'm wondering if we can do a quick blind mic trivia. I'm going to ask you 3 very simple questions, and we're going to see if you can supply us with the correct answers.
All right, go ahead.
First up, which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States?
That would be France.
There we go. All right, blind Mike. Besides Mexico, name 3 countries in Central America.
Mexico wouldn't be in Central America.
You're going to regret that one, brother.
Mexico's in North America. It's a North American country. Why am I going to regret that?
All right. Fine. We don't have fact checkers on this one. So, what is hummus made from?
Chickpeas, if I'm not mistaken.
What
is this leading to?
All right. There we go. 3 for 3.
All right. I guess I would have been an idiot if I got those wrong, I guess. He got me. He really roasted me. I don't know. Is the Mexico thing wrong? It's a North American country. I don't think I'm crazy. But hello, caller.
How's it going, Mike?
What's up?
Doing all right?
Yeah, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Well, hey, this is Colin Kaepernick. I was just calling. I just wanted to let you know. I know you work for Barstool. Like, no hard feelings.
Okay.
I hate Jamele Hill too. She's not really down with the cause, and I just want to thank Kirk for getting that trending this afternoon. It meant a lot.
That's good. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate that. Even Colin Kaepernick is on the right side of history. I appreciate that. Listen, The Wire is going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't talk to the press much, but I'm a huge gearhead, so figured I'd call in and show my
good.
support, man.
Thank you so much, Colin. That's big news. I appreciate that.
All right, man. Have a good day. Keep up
All
the
right,
great
buddy.
work, Mike.
Good to hear from Cap. It's a shame he doesn't have a job yet, but I think that'll all work out. Now that the Patriots have signed Cam Newton, someone's going to feel guilty enough to have to sign Kaepernick, right? Hello?
Hello?
Yo.
Hey, did you listen to the Minute-Fan roundtables with DEC last week?
I don't think I heard the one with DEC, no.
Oh, okay. I was on the part 2 one.
Anything in particular about it?
Well, I said that I think, well, you probably can't comment on Portnoy. Probably not worth mentioning right now. DEC mentioned yesterday that Kirk never says anything nice about him. That isn't a joke. Do you care to say anything nice about DEC?
I think DEC is a nice. He's genuinely a sweet man. He's a nice guy. I can't imagine having a lot of bad things to say about DEC other than his obvious sexual perversions and his neglect of his children and family. And, some of the more, if you dig on some of his racial tweets, a lot of that is nothing to write home about. But other than that, he's a very nice guy, and I think a good man.
Well, I think he's a hell of a Minute fan, and I think it was awesome that he came all the way from Connecticut yesterday and set all the stuff up for his show. One last thing. Anything with their retail sales? Do you know what the retail sales were yesterday at Chestnut Hill and online?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know numbers or anything, but I know they sold a ton of shit in the store. And by like 10 a.m. yesterday, they were already talking about how impressed they were with the Minifans coming through around the country. And I know that lasted kind of throughout the day. So I don't know numbers, but I know Milton's was extremely happy. So kudos to the Minifans for that.
All right. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, man. Yeah, DEC seemed much more comfortable than he was at Jack's Abbey. Kind of coming out of his show. Maybe just more comfortable behind the mic. But then when we went to, I'll say when we went to Frank Pepe's afterwards, he was holding court. So DEC seemed in his element yesterday, which is nice to see. Yeah, don't, like I said, don't dig too deep on some of the his racial history. But other than that, he's a good man. No, DEC's a great guy. It's odd that he would say that about, I didn't hear him say that about Kirk, that Kirk doesn't say enough nice things about him. I feel like Kirk is complimentary of him. He does shit on him a lot, but he does that with everyone. Does he not? I do think, though, that was very well done with Kirk. It'll be a big sacrifice to lose the wire. And, of course, how could you not be a big fan of The Ringer and all the work Amanda Dobbins does? So these will be sacrifices. But when you're kind of on the cancel culture brigade, you have to make sacrifices like that. It's tough, I'm sure a lot of those people like 30 Rock and Big Mouth. That's the other strange thing. As I pontificate while I wait for calls to come in, Big Mouth and 30 Rock and Community.
You have
and
one on the line, by the way.
What's up? Oh,
Someone's
all
on
right.
the line.
Well, thank you. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Bud Mike, it's me, Jamele Hill.
I don't see this going well. Hello, Jamel.
Hold on. I need to wipe the white privilege off my forehead from Bill Simmons.
Okay.
It's really thick this time. Usually it's not so thick.
Okay. I see. I didn't think it was quite that on the nose when he said white privilege off my forehead, but I suspected that may not be going a direction that would be good for anyone in the end. Although I appreciate the effort. Thank you for calling, Jamel. Boy, star-studded show. Jamele Hill, Colin Kaepernick. And now, you. Hello, caller.
Oh, yeah. I was curious what happened to intern Will.
Oh, a lot of people were curious about that. That was the buzz of the day at Milton's yesterday. He's no longer with us. He died of terminal cancer, and he's dead. He's gone, and he'll be probably soon forgotten. We'll miss him for a minute, and then we'll forget about him. No, Will is, I think his internship just ended. I think it got to the point where he was maybe flying a little too close to the sun with talking about Kirk's contract and all that. And Kirk pretty much said, Will can still stick around, and if he wants to do stuff with the show he's on the YouTube channel and all that, he's welcome to do that. But it just got to a point where his internship ended. He's been there for like 9 months, I think, at this point. So,
yeah, it's a pretty extensive internship.
Are you gonna miss him?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Well,
all right, that's all I was wondering. Thanks.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, well, now we'll have a lot more free time to vacation with Latino Kirk. Maybe those two can get off to some more wacky hijinks. As I'm sure as my microphone fucking falls apart here. This has not been what I've expected so far. Sort of a disaster, but we're making do. Save us, caller. What do you want?
I am Jacob Cooperman, and I'm looking for some podcasting tips, any producing tips, anything like that. If you have any pointers, I'd love to know. I'm an up-and-comer in the game, looking to lock down an internship soon. So if you had any tips, any pointers, that'd be terrific, being as you've been in close proximity to Kirk Minahan.
Well, what kind of podcast are you trying to do?
You know what? I'm not sure. I do a few shows here and there. I produce, I host some sports, some current news, stuff like that. I dabble. Really anything.
Yeah, I mean, I would say keep cranking them out. Consistency is important. Even if no one's listening, just keep doing them because it's kind of just practice for yourself, and then you'll have something to show people. And I would say something that I'm not really able to do because of my eyes that I think always would have helped me is having production skills. So if you can produce your own shit, produce video, cut up clips for social media, all that kind of stuff is probably important if you want to get like an internship or something.
All right, dope. Thank you very much, guys. Go to Coop TV, listen to my stuff. Thank you very much, Blind Mike.
All right, buddy.
Big fan of the show.
Thank you, man. Check out Coop TV, I guess. Sounds like it sounded a little old to be an intern. Am I wrong? But I don't know. Contact Steve, because as I said to the previous caller, there is in fact an opening. Will is gone. I think it's important to have 9 or 10 interns at a time. An army of slaves, free labor. Hello, caller.
Hey, oh my God, am I on with Z Mike Geary? All right.
You certainly are.
All right. Well, it's so I had a question for you. So you get a lot of shit being the third guy on. People shit on you all the time. I don't really get it. I think you're good at it, but whatever. So my question was, from all the great third guy on characters out there, did you ever take any of their advice, or did you ever model your third man on role after any of them?
Who would you be?
Give me
an example. Who you referring?
The Adolfos of the world and things like that.
No, I don't. I wouldn't really consider Adolfo a third guy on that show, was he?
Oh yeah, but he was definitely one of the third guys on. I mean, they definitely shit on him and everything.
Right.
The third guy on. I mean, is he always just the guy that seems to get shit on? Is that kind of is that your goal, or is that just sort of how it organically happens?
Yes, that was my goal. I said what I really hope is that no one respects me and I constantly get shit on. I would like that to happen. I mean, if I'm a respected equal member of the group, then that's fine. But I would much prefer be denigrated.
Well, it'd be pretty boring,
Yes,
I mean,
that's true. That is true.
Yeah, we're thinking of adding a third guy onto our podcast, and one of the big things that we've been doing is just sort of interviewing people and making sure right off the bat that they can be just completely put down and demoralized.
Sort of in the Blind Mike model. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, if they can't hold up to the level of shitting on that you can take, then they're just pretty much out the door. So.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm really paving the way for a lot of losers that don't know where they're going. May I recommend Jacob Cooperman? Try him out for an interview.
I'll give him a call. Thank you.
All right, man. Odd calls today. I thought people would be fired up to talk about this Jamele Hill stuff, but I do like I like a little diversity of thought. They may not care for that at the Ringer, but here on Go for Geary, we do like that. I will say, I think Dave's response, emergency press conference, was perfect. I think that's how you handle that shit. I think this idea of canceling yourself, like I was about to say before, Big Mouth and 30 Rock and these shows are kind of home for liberals. Like it's liberal thought, really, but they happen to be funnier than your average show. So I guess that's why they're under more scrutiny. I don't understand it. What do you think, caller?
Michael.
What's up?
The question everybody's been dying to ask.
Yes.
What have you been doing on your vacation? Going to a lot of birthday parties?
Oh, it's been nothing but birthday parties. Piñatas and pin the tail on the donkey and cake galore.
Excellent.
All right, man. No birthday parties yet. Although, well, we did sing happy birthday to a special someone at Milton's yesterday. So that was nice. So in a way, that was kind of a celebration. And it was Bill from Milton's birthday over the weekend. So we kind of celebrated that as well. So in a sense, I did go to a birthday party yesterday. Although I abandoned Alba. Finally, letting these nuts dangle between my legs. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Yo.
Well, hey there, fella.
Oh, Blind Mike, have we caused a stir today? You and I leading the charge.
What a day, buddy.
Oh, man. Just like the old days, huh? You and me. Stockton and Malone.
We're in the news. We're in the news. Can you believe it?
We sure are. How are you handling this, Blind Mike's penis?
To be honest with you, it's way too many tweets. I was caught a bit off guard.
Right. I understand. But that's kind of when you're going to be the voice.
You'd be surprised how many people online are willing to try to communicate with a blind man's penis and explain to him why the penis is wrong.
Have you gotten a lot of blowback?
Jamele is right. It's amazing. Go ahead.
Have you received a lot of blowback so far? Because when you're going to take the path of righteousness, you're going to get some blowback, I assume.
Some blowback. I mean, I usually like to get blown over blowback.
Oh,
but,
you rascal.
You know. So, I actually did have a really encouraging conversation with a black gentleman.
Oh, good.
This isn't even a bit. We just had a nice exchange of tweets.
That's nice. And you've always, if I'm not mistaken, Blind Mike's penis, you've always gotten along a little better with that group anyways. Am I right?
Have or have not? What are you trying to say?
I said you have. In general,
yes.
That's the side you tend to pay favoritism towards.
Well, they're good people. What do you want me to say?
All right. Anything else, Blind Mike's
Mike?
penis, before we go down an ugly road here?
Yeah. We'll get off, but you just make sure that you use cream next time, okay?
Thank you, buddy.
Have a good night.
You as well, Blind Mike's penis. I will say, notoriously, I am a dry guy, but good news for Blind Mike's penis. Been using lube a little more as I get into my old age. I've found, what's the point? Yes, I can go dry, but why? Why have a burger when you can have filet mignon? Am I right, caller? Whoever that is was not putting up with that nonsense, and I can understand that. But if we don't get more calls, we're going to put up with a lot more penis talk, I'll say that. Hello?
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
You in for penis talk, or where are you taking this conversation?
I'm not taking this into any penis-related conversation. I'm just
It's
calling
disappointing,
from,
but go ahead.
sunny Phoenix, Arizona right now.
All right.
And I got to tell you, Mike, that after stumbling upon your guys' show about a month ago, I can't go back to listening to sports talk here anymore. It's ruined it completely.
I can imagine. How'd you find the show?
So I was a pretty big stoolie. Well, I discovered them about a year ago and just randomly saw some stuff that Kirk was doing. And I've been addicted ever since. I'm trying to go back in this past month and understand all these jokes that I have no clue what they're about. But it's great. It's like doing detective work, but it's just ruined. I can't even turn the radio on in the car anymore. It's garbage.
Yeah, that is. So a lot of people talk about like the inside jokes and stuff, and my logic to it is there are going to be people that hear it and don't understand it, but want to learn more, and there are going to be people that hear it and don't understand it and have no interest in learning more. And some of those people that have no interest in learning more, 2 months down the road might decide they want to learn more. So I don't think the inside jokes are a real deterrent.
You were just talking about DEC to start off your
Right.
For Geary, and I have no clue who that is.
Nor should you. Don't look too heavily into that, man. You'll be disgusted with what you find.
All right. Well, just want to say, Mike, you do an awesome job, and I'll keep listening. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a, kind of a double-edged sword. You wonder if you leave Barstool, do you stop getting guys like that? But I think kind of what Kirk did today, getting hashtag cancel Jamele trending nationwide, is kind of proof that no matter where he is, he's going to keep making news. Am I right or am I right, caller? Speak.
Andy, whose idea was this ramp?
Oh, no.
The fucking ramp. If you need help, I'll help you. You understand? You talk to me.
Is this Paulie Walnuts I'm dealing with?
Okay, I'll leave. But if you go crying to Tony Soprano one more time, if you open your mouth, I'm going to send your arms where your legs are. Fucking Winghair came to see me. Says I got to build a fucking ramp on Beatingsy's house. Wait, this was your idea? Jesus Christ, Tony. Is this how you spend your time? Beansy Gator would still be selling nickel bags on Jefferson Avenue if it wasn't for Jackie. I'll build a ramp up to your ass. Drive a Lionel up there. No, say never. He's a shopping cart. From here on out, cancel Jamele. Fuck off, Mike. See ya.
A lot of stars are embracing this cancel Jamele movement. Colin Kaepernick, Paulie Walnuts. It's really bringing people together in a way I was not expecting. But it was funny to see that hashtag cancel Jamele catch on with different groups of people and who was arguing and who was taking it seriously and who was in on the joke. It was funny to watch. But like I said, kind of proof that Kirk will make some noise whether he's behind a paywall or not. Yes, caller.
Hello, Michael.
Oh, no. Who's this?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
It's Grandpa Geary. How are you?
Grandpa Geary, Grandpa Geary?
Yeah, I don't have much time. I just wanted to get a quick call in.
You've been dead for years, Grandpa.
I know. I don't have much time on this plane.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you're still okay.
I'm doing all right for now. How are you doing? I can't believe you're back.
Oh, give a kiss for Lisa. Slip her that tongue for me. I love you, Mike. I've got to go.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Grandpa Geary. Very strange that my dad's father would come back from the dead to tell me to slip my mother some tongue. And Steve can use that drop if he'd like. Go ahead. It's all yours. But it is an odd request from my grandfather. You see kind of the makings of why I'm so strange and awkward, if this is the family I grew up with. Hello.
Hey, I just wanted to shout out your grandfather, Mike.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
He gave me the best fishing spots in Wilbraham, Mass. Growing up, calling as a fellow Spartan here.
Oh, my real grandfather. Oh, my God. Thank you very much.
Yeah, shout out Grandpa Geary. It's unfortunate to see your grandmother died, but you know what? Your grandfather helped catch us bass. It was unbelievable.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Are you from that area?
From East Long Meadow, yep. But I'm out in Ohio now, so.
What year did you graduate East Long Meadow High School, or did you?
I did, miraculously, 2012.
Oh, okay. So you're a little younger than me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Well, enjoy Ohio.
Hey, fuck Jamele Hill, and I'm a huge gearhead.
Attaboy.
And it was great to see your tweet today get like 1,500. That must have been a record for you.
It's up over, I think, even 2,000. I don't know why it took off. I guess because I got in right at the start of hashtag cancel Jamele.
Holy shit. Fuck Jamele. Let's go, boys. Talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Now, I can't tell if he was yanking my crank or not, but the idea of having fishing spots, that kind of suits my grandfather, but he had the wrong grandfather. He had the wrong town. I don't know. I'm a little suspect of that gentleman. But he is right about my tweet. Really blew up, including a like from Shane Gillis, my guy. We're texting last week, going to see his show. We're buds. I'm just saying, I do a better interview than KFC. Hello, caller.
Well, hello, Blind Mike.
Oh,
It's
Timothy,
Tim.
what's up?
I'm just calling to fill a little airtime. Did you get any of the expanded line yesterday at Milton's, as Dana had pointed out?
Extended, I believe. Extended is the term.
We're going to have to go back and look at the tape on that. But
I could be wrong. Maybe it is expanded.
That Milton's does have that line.
It's very impressive, and I like that they don't shame the fatties by calling it, big and tall or the obese, pudgy fat boy section. I think it's nice that they have their own little term for it.
And what did the Warthog think of the pizza?
I think he thought it was decent to good. Better than Mamma Mia's, even he would admit.
Now, does he do that through osmosis? I notice he doesn't say too much. He seemed like more
this
of
was
your
brought up.
bodyguard than anything.
Kirk was fascinated by how few words the Warthog said.
He does not say much, but he sticks by your side. I think he's a good wingman.
Yes.
And I would even say he might be packing and operating security for you in those instances.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, he can pull it off. He's always he's doing, as Mac would say on Always Sunny,
He's doing an ocular scan at all times on your behalf.
Yes, an ocular pat down. Yeah, no, he's good. He speaks softly, but carries a big stick. He's a good man to have by your
Funny
side.
you say that, because the vision I had of the Warthog when I saw him was a 2020 version of a smaller Teddy Roosevelt with the mustache and the glasses.
It's not. You're not that far off, honestly.
Well, you must have thought it subconsciously, because that's who said walk softly, carry a big stick. Now, I only had one question. Who is Jamele Hill, and what show is he on?
Now, Tim, Jamele Hill is a female broadcaster, formerly on ESPN. She tweeted today, she went on some rant that she goes, I'm on a TV show, and I'm on this and that. I didn't know she was still on television, to be honest with you.
Not very familiar with her work, but I certainly call for her to be canceled.
Attaboy, Tim. Any other takeaways from Milton's yesterday before you go?
Let's see. I think what went unnoticed was not all of us lunatics listening to Kevin while he was up on that electrical box where the lightning was striking off in the distance.
Right.
But the fact that about 4 or 5 people behind him who just happened to be walking by stopped and actually listened to him, didn't know who he was, what he was talking about, but the mere presence of the guy was fascinating to them, to the point where they were just like us, just completely mesmerized by what he had to say.
He's a born leader. He's a leader of men, Kevin from Bristol.
And by the way, as Murchison Mouse pointed out, he is one hell of a finger snapper. I was standing next to him. It sounded like wood cracking. That's how loud it is.
That's one of the skills a leader has. I think that's necessary.
Everybody has their secret talents.
Exactly. Thank you, Tim.
Tim out. Here we go.
All right, buddy. Yeah, that was that was another takeaway from yesterday when Murchison's Mouse started singing the song "Rape." All I could think of is there are people in that parking lot, undoubtedly, that have no idea what the show is. I would assume that are just out for a Sunday of shopping, whatever they need for their families, and they're hearing the song "Rape" performed with a group of about 50 strong, cheering him on. It must be very bizarre if you don't know what's going on. Yes, caller.
Hey, you're friends with John from Scranton, right?
Friends how? I'm friendly with him, sure.
So would you mind telling him to just take one night off from the YouTube? Because, I mean, I like trashy white guys as much as anybody, but the dude just can take a break. He can take a day or two off. Okay, we get it. He's sleeveless. He smokes. Got it. So just pass it along, please.
I can pass that along for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Yeah, John from Scranton does definitely like some airtime. I don't know. I know he gets a lot of shit for the Zonker stuff, and maybe rightfully so. I don't know, but I think he is a good Minifan. At least he says the right things when he's supposed to, I think. But maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. What say you?
Michael!
What's happening?
How's it going, dude?
What's up?
I was just tweeting with your buddy Ted. Pretty awesome guy, by the way. I like that Ted. He's pretty cool.
Ted's great, yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering about this whole Jamele Hill situation. Now, I want your take on this, because you're a big cancel culture guy. You don't support it usually.
Right.
So, do you think that she, in her mind, understands exactly how hypocritical she's being? Or in her mind, are the people doing this just being assholes? Like, do you think that she actually gets, yeah, I'm being a total hypocrite here? Or is it just she's so friggin' brainwashed that she doesn't get that it's the same thing that she does to other people?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've wondered that a lot with different people. I think Jamele Hill seems, to me, naturally kind of a contrarian, kind of a race baiter, kind of wants to go against, honestly wants to say things that will stir the pot, which I don't really have a problem with. The only thing I have a problem with is the finger wagging and pointing at people for things that you do and you're going to get caught for someday. I've always said
quoting something about, quote, too much gay, end quote, but then at the same time is condemning, your buddy Dave Portnoy for quoting a song that has offensive lyrics. It's like, it sounds like you like one but not the other, so you find one offensive and you don't. Like you're picking what to be outraged at.
Right.
And I find it hard to believe that an intelligent person can look at those two and not understand how they're effectively exactly the same.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like I said today, it's tough to be in the business where you're paid, your job is to react immediately and give strong opinions. You can't be wishy-washy. You have to make people think or talk about what you're saying. And to look at other people that are doing the exact same thing just because they don't agree with you and say, well, let's get rid of this person. And then the thing I hate most about Jamele Hill is that she'll tiptoe around trying to get people canceled. And then she'll say, well, I never did that. Like today she said on Twitter, I never used the word canceled with anyone except for Kanye West and R. Kelly, she said. It's like, okay, I don't know if that's true. If we did a thorough search, maybe it is. But you know what you're doing. You know what she knew what she was doing when she retweeted that last night. She wanted to cause a shitstorm for Barstool or maybe specifically Dave. Whereas when people respond with the same kind of stuff, she's like, oh, look at these assholes trying to cancel me.
Yeah. That tweet about, oh, look, the Patriots drafted a white supremacist. What a surprise. Like, yeah, okay, you never actually said the Patriots are a racist organization. You just implied it. Like, I almost have more respect for her when she said Boston was the gold standard of racism. At least she's making it clear what she thinks. Like, that whole Patriots deal, it's like, yeah, I'm going to say it. I just don't have the balls to actually say it out loud.
Right. I've always thought the best spot for Jamele Hill would be if you take whoever her counterpart is on the right, guy or girl, black or white, whatever, but whoever has the opposite thoughts of her and give them a show, fucking Kurt Schilling, or maybe he wouldn't be, I don't think he'd be great, but someone like
he wouldn't be great. He
he's
gets into
boring.
rabbit holes, but maybe like Tommy Lahren would be all right. They could
Yeah. Someone like that that'll fight with her.
I'd watch.
That'd be awesome television, but that side in particular has no interest in doing that. They want to live in their bubble and they want to throw stones from their glass houses. You know what I'm saying?
So brave. They're so brave.
Exactly.
All right, Mike, take it easy, man. Talk to you later.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a shame that the people that are, anti-cancel culture and all that, and for free speech and everything, get a lot of shit because the phrase we use a lot is they're going to come for you eventually. And now it's kind of become a tired phrase, but the reason it's tired is because it's true. And eventually there's going to be no one left to defend Jamele Hill because her and everyone else will have gone after all the people that would have ever defended her. Yes, caller, you're on Go For Geary.
Hey there, fella. I got two very important things.
Oh, my goodness. Blind Mike's Penis, you're back. What's up?
One, I love you very much. You're special to me, and you're great. You're doing a great job. Always great.
I love you too. Thank you.
Oh, you're sweet. Two, cancel Jamele Hill.
Blind Mike's Penis very worked up on this issue. I've never seen him so stiff on an issue. He's really he's hardened over this. What other puns? Does veiny work in any context here? I don't know. You have any erection puns, caller?
Hey, Mike. First time, long time.
What's up?
This is Ted.
I had a feeling. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? Hey, I just wanted to weigh in on this cancel Jamele thing real quick.
Go ahead.
I can't begin to tell you how pathetic her fan base really seems to be online. I mean, the Lamely came out in full force, and the best that they came up with is calling me a Mayo brother, which is kind of funny.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I like that form of insult. But I can't imagine Jamele Hill has a lot of fans. I imagine the only people defending her just hate Barstool or hate whatever they think Barstool represents.
It's your usual crowd that comes out every time the hit piece comes out. It's the same, we say it time and time again, the same blue check marks that weigh in. And they don't even do it to, defend the person who's doing this. So in this case, it's Jamele Hill. They do it just because of the idea. And it's like easy just to tweet based on like that side, especially on Twitter, because you're going to get the same people that no matter who you are defend you and the statement that you make. Like when she goes after the president and everything like that, it's the easiest thing to do in the world. But what I find funny is, now that the canceled Jamele Hill thing has started, we're seeing that people who are identifying as trans are also commenting, going, I don't know who this Jamele Hill is, but she seems like a bigot. which which is even like funny, and I guarantee like that's obviously what you guys are going for in this whole thing. So be seeing that on one of the replies to my tweet, digging up one of her old tweets where she was quoting the 40-year-old virgin,
right?
And then she obviously called Manny Ramirez, what she called him, and seeing people be like, I don't know who this Jamele Hill is, but she needs to be coached on, proper terms and all that. And I found that funny.
And I would always be the one to defend Jamele Hill if she wasn't going after other people. And it's amazing. People just never seem to see that for some reason.
If you're going to be the finger waver, you got to be prepared to have the finger waved back at you. All right, Mike, I'm at work. I'm going to let you go.
All right, buddy. The great Ted Sellers, a true brother in arms, a true crippled brother. But yeah, the Jamele Hill thing is just so frustrating because I don't want to see anyone get canceled. But the replies are like, "Hey, you're being hypocritical." It's like, no, we're not. That's kind of the joke. If you listen to Kirk's stream of consciousness today, then you'll kind of understand. I don't know how anyone watched that and didn't understand what he was doing, but it shows you how little people pay attention to these trendy topics. And I'm sure I'm guilty of it too at times. Are you, caller?
Jamele Hill's one of those people I hate just because, she'll say all this stuff about Barstool. She'll come out of the woodwork when it's convenient for her. But, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when her career was failing, falling down the shitter, and she was on her 8th show with friggin' Michael Smith. Mike, remind me, what podcast did she go on to try to boost her ratings and get people to watch her show? Can you come up with it for me?
I don't know. Would you care to tell me?
It was Pardon My Take. So, she really is phony and the fucking worst. I swear to God, she was on Pardon My Take, I think in 2018, 2017.
When you said that, I assumed it was Pardon My Take, but then I was like, there's no way she would have been on. Was she really?
Yeah, she was on there with Michael Smith, producing one of her shit shows that she's been fired from like 4 times in the past couple of years. So, she's all about calling people out when it benefits her and it's, caters to the mob. But when she needs a plug, when she needs a show to go on to benefit herself, yeah, she hits up Pardon My Take. So immediately when people know you're like that, you're just a fraud, and that's really all it is. That's really all there is to it.
That's a great point. Thank you, sir. All right, buddy. Yeah, no, that's a great point. I didn't. When he was saying that, I knew it was Pardon My Take, but I didn't realize she was on Pardon My Take. That's an excellent point. It's you can suckle at the teat of these major outlets when you need them, but then when you don't need them anymore, all of a sudden, oh, they're racist or they're this or they're that. And what I'll keep going to is Jamele Hill says a lot of stuff that offends people, and that's good. I don't find her particularly interesting, but her audience does, I'm sure. But if you're going to say interesting things, you're going to say things that upset people. So you shouldn't be wagging your finger at the people on the opposite side that do the same. Yo.
Mike.
What's good?
Paulie. Richie Aprile called in before, not me.
Richie Aprile?
But I'm not embarrassed.
Fuck, man.
Are you embarrassed?
I'm not embarrassed.
Listen to me, you weirdo fuck. You give Shlomo whatever the fuck he wants, you hear me? Forget this 50% shit. You got nothing coming to you. Nothing. You understand me? Nothing. Fuck off, boy. Cancel your
Hey, wait, Paulie. Damn it. I was going to ask if Uncle Junior was there because I needed him to call me a blabbermouth cunt. So if Uncle Junior is around, I would love that. But, don't worry Uncle June too much. He's got a lot on his plate. Yo.
Hey, Mike, just to finish your joke, you find Jamele Hill to be quite vain. I'll hang up and listen.
There we go. I knew there was something there. Boy, we make quite a team. Thank you, Blind Mike's Penis. We've been inseparable since day one, and that's why. I knew there was something there, and he at Blind Mike's Penis, he always finishes. He always gets his. I suspect by the fact that Blind Mike's Penis is getting through with such ease, which he always does. He always penetrates with relative ease. No matter how much you fight and struggle, Blind Mike's Penis always manages to get through. But I suspect that we're kind of wrapping up with calls here. So I will just end with this and say that I think we're on the right side of history here, boys. Keep fighting with Jamele Hill because I think it's funny. I don't think it's hypocritical to go after Jamele Hill now or anyone like that. Because at a certain point, you got to stop saying, oh, well, I would defend these people because I would want them to defend me. And you got to realize that they're never going to defend you. You know, if Kirk got in trouble, no one on that side would ever defend him. Dave, same thing. Any of these polarizing figures that, for whatever reason, neither Kirk nor Dave have a side politically, but they're put on one side. So they're the enemy of the opposite side. No one will ever defend you, no matter how right or wrong you think they are. The Jenny Slate thing is unbelievable to me because, just in general, what are we going to have? All actors like I don't know if you guys remember the story of Bryan Cranston playing a handicapped person in some Kevin Hart movie. He was in a wheelchair, and people were outraged that they didn't get a actual actor in a wheelchair. All right, find me an actor in a wheelchair as good as Kevin Hart. We'll put him in the fucking. I mean, as good as Bryan Cranston, rather. We'll put him in the fucking movie. So, what's going on in Hollywood and the media is very strange right now. But keep fighting the good fight out there, like myself, like Blind Mike's Penis, like Richie Aprile and Paulie Walnuts. I keep saying I have to rewatch The Sopranos. I have to actually do it if that guy's going to keep calling. But that's it. Goodbye.